name's Emily Crothers. I'm from the Fayette County area. I'm a junior in high school, and I've been in Girl Scouts for 11 years.
Okay. My name's Abigail P, and I live in the St. Albans area, and I think I've been a Girl Scout for about 7 years now.
Okay, so if you were here last year, you remember that Emily joined us. Emily also was one of our national delegates, and last year was the first time we took teens to our national council session. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to ask Emily to come back and share just some of her experiences with you, and just maybe talk about why she felt it was important to go as a teen Girl Scout. In the past, we've always sent adult delegations.
Yeah, so last summer I went with Beth and Kat and Jessica and then the other teen girl, her name was Alyssa. We all 5 went to Disney for the like the big annual meeting.
Yes,
This was like, that's the best I could describe it. It was big. It was big. And I mean, like, where we stayed, it was so pretty. I just got to get that out there. I mean, like,
sure.
we stayed on the Disney, like, in one of their hotels, and all the board stuff took place now. But I mean, we had a really great time, I feel like. And I got to meet a lot of other people, and there was a whole lot of swapping. I don't know how much y'all do swaps, but I'm nuts about swaps. I'm getting off on a tangent, but yeah. I mean, I just had a fabulous time. I mean, like, we didn't sleep much, but it was okay because we were all having so much fun. So we sat in on the annual meetings, and we got to vote, and it was really cool. We have like these little voting machines. I don't know. I'm just like in awe of like the whole experience still. I mean, like I'm still processing, and it's been like 8 months. I mean, like we crammed so much in like the few days we were down there, and I mean, I just had an awesome time. I mean, there was a lot of discussion because we had like a lot of like really important things to a lot of people we were voting on. So some of that was kind of like strenuous, but we were there till like 9:31. But I mean, it was a really good learning experience. I learned a lot of, I mean, like I've been to several annual meetings just in West Virginia, but I've learned a lot of other people's experiences, because I mean, like, it was everybody. I think all councils, except for like 4, were in attendance, so, I mean, like, I talked to a lot of people from like California and the Virgin Islands. I mean, like, it was a really great experience, just overall, and I really hope we continue to send teens in the future so they can have the same.
So Abigail, I know that you have learned a lot about being at the West Virginia Capitol through Girl Scouts. So can you tell us a little bit about your experiences at the Capitol and where you're headed in your mind in the future?
So Girl Scouts kind of brought me into the Capitol and politics. So every year I page. This year they let me page twice. There's going to be a special session in May, and I plan on being there for the 2 days that they have that. And my goal is to be one of the youngest in the House of Delegates because being an elected member is super important to me. So I also want to become a nurse. So I want to do, making differences in many different ways, and listening to people and seeing what they need, or how to make everybody feel included is really important to me. So I want to help in many different ways. So being a Girl Scout delegate kind of pre-games me for that, and it's super exciting.
Nice. Okay, so now I want to talk about highest awards. So you have earned your silver and your gold award, correct? So can you just give us a quick rundown?
All right, so I have all 3 awards, but my silver and my gold are connected in a way. So whenever I got my silver award, it was like a community garden set up at a local library. It's like the only thing there now. I hate that the library got shut down, but so we kind of got more space because of that. So it was just like, I come from a really poor area, and there's not like a lot of good food resources. So I wanted to like put in a garden so like the local people had access to like different vegetables and fruits they would not have access to like without it. And it stuck in my head, and this is just a funny little story. We planted kale, and one of the little girls was like, "That's gross." But her mom was like, "Try it." So she did, and then she like took most of our kale. So I was just like, the irony. But that's kind of what I wanted to do with that, is like make new experiences and like just like teach those girls a lot about gardening. So a lot of them hadn't has like experience with it in the past. So I really wanted to like continue that and like just get some new good experiences because that's what Girl Scouts is all about. But my gold award it's a little different, but it's like in the same area. My gold award was like with pollinators and like pollinator education, but we did end up planting like a lot of flowers. So like where the community garden thing is, which like we still keep going. So even though that's like from 4 years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago now, like we still do that every year. But with the pollinator gardens, those come back every year, and I wanted to teach the girls a lot about like native plants and like the importance of bees because I mean like little kids, oh bees sting, bees do. I just wanted to show them like they're good. Don't like murder all the bees. I mean like if we're bad in the area to like, oh there's I guess I don't know. I don't really understand it now that I know so much about it, but I mean like if there's like a nest nearby, they'll get a baseball bat and knock it down, which is not safe. Not safe at all. But I really want to, so I did like 3 different like sessions within our like service unit, and I got like a lot of people from the DEP and National Park Service to come speak at them and come just talk about the importance of like the environment and nature, and then like bees. And then one of the mason bees do not live in hives. If you see like the little house things with the little tubes in them, that's what mason bees live in. They usually live in rock crevices or like areas with little like mud. So if you see like a rock with a bunch of little holes in it, that's like a mason bee community. So they live by themselves. They don't live, there's not like a queen or anything. So we made a lot of those houses and we donated to the National Park Service and that in our area. So with that project, I learned a lot about like setting up events, just like public speaking in general, and just a lot of other skills that were really useful. And I've always liked to interact with the younger girls, so I really wanted to make sure that they were like the starting point of that experience.
Okay, and Abigail, you have just started your Girl Scout Silver Award, right?
Yes.
So can you talk to us about what you're planning?
So I had a cousin last year. She passed away from ovarian cancer. It was pretty unexpected. So I wanted to, ovarian cancer, when it's diagnosed, it's pretty in its late stages. So I'm putting together a community box from a old mailbox, those the ones that are outside. So I'm putting together one of those. I'm gonna recolor it, and I'm going to team up with women's healthcare centers and just a bunch of resources, and I'm gonna put them all in the mailboxes so that women know when to get checked and more awareness for it. And I plan on putting it in the west side of Charleston, where there's a lot of poor areas, so people can go get some food or clothes. And I started my fundraiser for it about a week ago, and I'm a little bit over $300. So I plan on keeping up with it, checking on it. So I want to make sure that people know the warns and the signs of ovarian cancer. And then when I'm finished with it, I plan on bringing her whole family together and kind of opening it up so that it's for the community.
Great. So Emily, you talked about new experiences through Girl Scouts. Have you traveled much because of Girl Scouting?
Oh yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your travels.
So I've done a lot of different things in the state. The first time I think I'd actually stayed in a hotel in Charleston was for annual meeting. I was pretty young when I came to the first one. I wasn't a delegate, but my mom was. She's always been really involved. She's a troop leader, so that was my first experience in Charleston. But I mean I went to the big annual meeting in Florida, so that was that was my first time really being away from my parents and traveling especially so extensively. I mean I'd done overnight trips with school and camps before, but I mean that was within the county. So that was one of my first times I acted independently, I guess.
Okay. And she did great.
Thank you. Thank you. Stressed me out some points. I was oh my gosh. But I mean new experiences like that were really important. So, I mean, like those are just two of the big ones, but I mean, like I've done lots of like smaller stuff. I mean, like I've been in it for 11 years, so I mean, like most of y'all do it because if y'all weren't in it, y'all were like troop leaders and stuff. So I mean, like y'all would really understand the importance of that. So.
And Abigail, I know that we have had you speak just several times to media and at big events. So can you just talk to us about how Girl Scouts has helped you with your public speaking skills and given you opportunities?
So I'm pretty shy. Talking was not my greatest skill. So starting off a little bit smaller with a few groups of people definitely helps, and getting my name out there is important. So now I love talking. I take advanced speaking classes at school. I like giving speeches. I like, the writing part of them and being able to deliver it and get my name out there more. So anytime I get an opportunity to tell people who I am or what I want to do or what I'm doing currently is super important to me. And speaking is also a big thing for me, because if I do become a delegate, I need to learn how to speak in front of people, and being able to also, outreach to people is important, to get resources. And I've done a few speeches for Beth for the Kids Count Award. I was super nervous for that, but I did good, and being able to go back and watch it later was super cool. So I like getting my name out there, and speaking is important to me.
So does anybody in our group have a question for our young ladies?
I have one, how are you doing your fundraising? You said you'd raised $300. What is that?
So when we did for cookie season, we had a Venmo and PayPal open, and we also took checks. So I'm using the same Venmo and PayPal for that. And I posted a Facebook post, and my whole family has been donating to it.
Congratulations.
What's your, sorry, go ahead. What's your goal for fundraising?
I honestly don't really have a goal. Whatever money I have that's left over from the design of the box, the sanding of the paint, I plan on using the leftover money to get all the resources put inside of it, like the clothes and food. I take like other kind of donations other than money. So I'm partnering with a women's health center, and their donations are going to be like resources, and also that kind of helps them a little bit, so to get their name in the box too. But it's been open for about a week, and a little bit over $300. So that's really good for me. So anything extra I'll always take, and I'll use it. So
I'm just going to ask, what do you think of all the new experiences that you have had has been the most impactful to you?
Ooh, impactful. Okay. I think the most impactful part of everything that I've seen and I've done so far, because I'm getting ready to move on to the next stage of Girl Scouts. I've got one more year left, and then I'm gonna help my mom with our troop. So I think the most impactful thing has been teaching and getting to help interact with the younger girls. I really liked doing everything with the Silver and Gold Award projects. I think that was my favorite part. I love being able to teach those kids the new skills that I think were important. And I feel like they think they're important too, because they were so enthusiastic with interacting about it. And I mean, most of those girls are really excited. I mean, I don't keep up with the community garden as much as our troop does, because they all are oh my gosh, are we going to plan again this year? So that just helps me keep going and helps me stay motivated to do other things like that in the future. And hopefully we're going to get to expand this year, because we got a $500 grant from, I just don't do 4-H, I don't just do Girl Scouts, I do 4-H and a lot of stuff with West Virginia University and West Virginia State University. So we've got a little bit of money, so hopefully we can expand on the gardens and stuff.
Other questions for our young ladies?
I just have one, a big question.
Any question?
You know those mud tubes we always called them mud daubers, I thought those were wasps, those were bees?
Okay, so mason bees are different than those.
Okay.
Those are kind of mean.
I was like, man, I might be a murderer then.
I mean, like, yeah, those are like, they're mean, because we've had issues with those in the past too.
Okay.
Is it okay to kill those?
Yeah, I mean,
If you're gonna kill one,
Kill them all.
are they pollinators as well?
yeah, they do pollinate,
Okay.
anything like that. But, I mean, like,
They're
We-
mean though.
they're mean and they can cause some serious property damage. I mean, like, I don't know a whole lot about those because, like, my side of the project was like, don't kill the good bees, but like those, if you're having like serious issues with those, you should like consult a professional.
Thank you for that.
That was a good lawyer answer.
What is really was?
It was well stated.
You should be a great lawyer.
Or just a great, director of the Division of Natural Resources.
Yes.
Agriculture, wherever you're going. So where are the two of you going after this? Where college, are you thinking of college?
Yeah.
I do nursing schools over the summer, so I'm really interested in nursing. I plan on going to Southern Community College in Logan. My grandma works there, so all the people there know me. I've been there since I was little, pretty exposed to it. After that, after I get my RN degree, I plan on working a little bit. I'm also interested in being a surgeon, so if I go with that route, if I get scholarships, I'll take up scholarships, but I'm interested in Marshall. I've talked to the Marshall president, he's super nice, love them, and they have such a great community, so I'm really interested in Marshall.
I'm gonna say this real quick, I'm probably gonna go into something environmental related. I have thought about environmental law in the past and environmental engineering. If I don't do anything like that, I probably will do something separate in engineering because West Virginia Tech, I live like about 45 minutes from there. So it really just depends on like where I get the most scholarships. I do not want to pay for college.
You're on the right path, I think.
Using your resources wisely.
Yes. Right, anything else for our young ladies?
Super impressed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.